One day, an awful plague would impact Chakwa, and the prophecy of Sotek was finally studied in detail. Many skinks died during this time, and even spawning pools were infected. The slain mage priests of the temple city of Chakwa were alarmed and sent out patrols to find the source. They found a vile new race of vermin had infested the ruins of Quetzal, Skaven of Clan Pestilence, disease-worshipping monks. Some of these Skaven were captured and returned to the city, but they brought in a plague with them, and even the slain became ill. In the sky was another sign of the prophecy, a twin-tailed comet that looked like the tongue of an enormous serpent. It could even be seen during the day. The slain would pass on from their illnesses, and a skink priest named Tenewan recovered the plaques of Sotek, and he carried them at the head of the survivors of the city of Chakwa as they left. The Great War had just begun. Much like the Skaven many years ago, the infection of man must be uprooted and disposed of, beginning with a showdown with Markus Wulfhart. Now that we have a new turn, it's time to look at what we can do. Nakai, the Wanderer, is getting ready for another attack. Got a few enemies to kill, I'm sure, like at Guacamole Crater. I've killed a lot of Imperials, but we're not quite done yet. I don't want to leave a story incomplete. So Nakai will wait there. We've got our other army that's currently being built up by an unknown Croxigore Lord. I give names to characters who are a little bit more developed, who know what they're doing. You two may join. Come on down. We've got clan wars to contend with. They confederated with another Skaven clan. So now they're going to be around to bother me. Okay, you don't really have a high chance to bother any of their agents, do you? No. So I'm not going to let you do that. But I will have that army go to the east if need be. There's like a few enemies around there. Okay, do I have my Celestial? I do. For one more turn. What am I missing right now? Glyphs of Defiance, I believe. We'll go over here and get our Glyphs of Defiance. There we are. Every single vassal needs to be more powerful, and for a right, we don't need anything, but we could use Rights of Allegiance, and done. Now, anyone in our lands will incur damage. Research. Well, let's have a look. Attrition could go down. Getting this would be ideal, so we need to get these two. 8 more turns. Alright. Who do I need to move? Blockmall? Where's Blockmall? Blockmall is way up north. Blockmall has been killing a lot of things lately. He's very good at it. Let's go over here to Laxland just to get rid of some of this vampiric corruption and to complete an entire province. I can search the ruins for fun. What now? The Tattered Library. In the midst of this ruined city, you find a library. Although most of the building has already been destroyed by fire, but there is a hidden chamber inside. There's a pair of books. Okay. We shall translate them. Or the first book. I lost 500. Oh, it's without value? Okay. Such is life. Alright, I'm going to give it over to Sri Lanka again. You can see what we've been conquering lately. Oh, yeah, there's that big army. Hey, how about that? If you want to come after the Monument of Izatal, that would be great. You're rank 3, so that's good. Alright, I think we're done with our current turn. There's not much more for me to do. After that, we could have him... I could have him just kind of circle back and help me conquer what's left of these lands down here. There's Markus Wulfhart. He's losing some soldiers now. I mean, that would be a decent idea. Now, I want Gorok to join me, but he's been refusing to do so for quite some time. He just refuses. Otherwise, he would have been a great ally to have. But he's being all difficult. He's very dramatic. No one really cares for me too much. Lutheran's alright with me.
Your devotion to the old ones is most impressive. Never.
Oh, well, thank you. New World colonies, they're actually fine with me too, surprisingly. What? Alright, the Exiles of Nehek, they're okay with me. And that's really it. The rest are all hostile. Let's end their turn now. Now that's really bad. Cult of Pleasure and Nagaron have consolidated. You never want that. That's really bad for everyone. Okay, Nakai. Let's go over to Guacamole Crater. They barely have a force. Goodbye. We'll give it over to Quetzal. I've been conquering. They can conquer what they want. I think I'm conquering a bit faster. I mean, I've got enough to fill up all of my 3 gods. That's a lot of power. And we'll take over here Operational Ziggurat. I'm losing 2,500 per turn, so we need to come over to Sri Lanka just to make some more money. I've got to do that every 3 turns, or I lose way too much. Look at my campaign effects. No wonder we're so strong. I get all that extra magic. All that extra magic has been insane. Our last few parts have been incredible to watch, even on my end, just because the sheer amount of spell casting that goes into each battle is so much fun. Okay, block them all. Time for you to move up north. He's got a tiny, okay, Magnus von Bluten. Some idiot over there. Not much more for me to do other than get ready for a new fight. The kind of Wanderer's down here. He's able to move to a Chodel. We'll have him move now. There's no point in staying put. He's going to go face off with Markus soon. So we've taken out 2 of their commanders. Now we just need to get Hertwig and Cholera. Cholera is pretty far up. Hertwig is at least in the army of Markus, so we'll beat him. Level 15. Pretty tough guy. Yeah, now that I have that mod that levels up AI lords that I do not control, they're all leveling up a lot faster, and that's really good news for me. Bad news in terms of strength, good news in terms of challenge. Look at that, we have a new rank for Shield Captain Nocto. Well, good for you, Nocto. Here's a point into training to provide more training for all of my units. Gorok is still alive. You know what? Forget him. They actually do support armies instead of my own vassal that just kind of has like one little weird tiny army. Oh, come on, get over here. Get over here and take that location. You've got only one job. What are you doing? Wolfgang. Yeah, there's Cholera. She's at what? Rank 13. He's at rank 2. What a weak huntsman. Okay, block them all. Let's go over here and fight for the Temple of Lincoln. It's a pretty big one, so we'll need to take it. I'm going to need my siege towers. I love my siege towers, so we're going to need those for sure. That, or I hit every portion of the wall. I guess like that's the other option. I might end up just doing that. All right, how much longer do you need? You need a little while longer. Okay, so is there anything globally that I want you to have? You have 1 ancient salamander that's about to be there. You've got your temple guard. You've got your bastillodons. All very expensive. You don't have any Croxagores, do you? No, you do not. So I'm going to give you a group of sacreds. That'll be another 3 turns, but that's it. Well, we could actually give him another group. There's no other giants that I really want to plug with him, so let's do that. We'll give him 2 groups of those, and that'll do it. That'll be his elite group that will cost me so much gold per turn. I've got to conquer every turn just to sustain. Okay, okay. You know what? Let's go in and fight. I want to take this location and move on. Every single unit that we have right now is charging the walls. There's no reason to hesitate. There's no reason to wait. And so everyone moves in. Lord Croak will head in very, very soon to handle a few more of these interlopers, people who wish to die. And die they shall. Much like that. They had a few friends, now they have a few less friends. Let's have a look at what's happening over here. These Ripperdactyls actually perform so much better than I thought they would. It makes me want to, in the future, have a Ripperdactyl army. It might be a time for a tic-tac-toe flying crazy game. We play Flight of the Valkyries the entire time, and we just destroy everyone. The Dread Saurian naturally is breaking down that gate, and quickly, here comes the Ripperdactyls, ready to attack some ranged units, obliterating these poor fools. Lord Croak will sling spells, as he does. He's a spell slinger. Just put him in a little cowboy hat. Giant dead toad. Their own artillery hit their own units, killing quite a few of them. What a bunch of fools. But of course, they've got to go. So we've been summoning in, of course, any beast I can of Itzel. And it's been quite effective. They have so many Hellstone rocket batteries, and those could be staggering in damage. But not when I'm getting done with them. So that's how we handle those units. When it comes to other parts of the map, they have demigryphs. I mean, they have some powerful stuff here. Don't get me wrong. They've got the means to be a threat. As for what they actually are, they're a nuisance. Here comes more Saurus and Skink units climbing on the walls, killing some humans today. Your fancy hats will not save you here. It's one of many locations that are being taken. These Temple Guard, they have blessed weapons, and they're quite powerful. If we zoom out, we can see where I've hid, which is, again, everywhere. The goal is just to obliterate every single defender and to break through over here. These Ripperdactyls now have 95 kills, and they're continuing to go up. We're using Lord Croak to invalidate any type of armored units or just grouped up units, like over here. That's where we can imbue some of our blessings. And so a large pocket of enemies are dead. Now my units can move in undeterred. You can infer from the use of my spells that I might have a thing for blowing people up in this game. My gameplay is explosive. Anyway, can't help myself. Bad jokes everywhere. Yeah, my jokes bomb. Okay, we're done with that. We still have a few of these Hellstone rocket batteries, right? Yeah, one group. We got like, what, 4 of them total? They've only killed 2. The Arch-Elector's like, my god. Sigmar, help! Here's my holy light. Look at my light. Okay, we're looking at your light. I don't know what you're holding up. Kind of a weird one. I feel like that cross might get caught in some manner. Right, so there's also the Storm of Sri Lanka. Now, was I just aiming at the wall? That isn't true. I was aiming at a group of swordsmen. They were a relatively full group. Now there's like 50 left. That storm alone obliterated all of them. Now we just have pockets of fighters left on the walls. They do not break so easily. They're all asking for it, of course. Just waiting here. Taking our temple cities. They held a lot. I mean, they had a lot for sure. Lord Croak is trying to move in. We have cold ones moving in to obliterate any routed units, any fleers, any cowards. And here's Lord Croak, the ineffable Lord Croak. Not the most social lot, but he's floating on his way. The Thunderous One is moving in. The Dread Saurian is also attacking as well. The Dread Saurian is a delight. Who wouldn't love a Dread Saurian? So here they come now. Lord Croak is pretty close. He'll be able to use a few more spells eventually. There's only a few pockets left of defenders. It really isn't too much. They're trying though. And that is how we do it. So now we have our larger creatures and a Ripperdactyl charging into the town square. It's only the Arch-Lector. My Ripperdactyls have nearly 200 kills, and there's an Arch-Lector fighting a Dread Saurian. Apocalypse now. Did you find your other hammer? Okay, good. He did. Well, good for him. I feel like he's getting hit. And he's broken. The man is done for. The battle is over. We've won. It was a decisive victory. Goodbye, Magnus von Bluten. You had a good time trying. Now it's time to gift you over to Quetzal. There we are. Another enemy defeated. Venom of the Firefly Frog, enabling poison and magic attacks. That's really handy. Well, it depends on what slot it takes. What does it take? Ah, okay, that one, gotcha. Well, do you need it? You've got a Trickster's Shard, but you don't really need that. Potion of Toughness would be fine, but let's give you magical. Well, do you have that by default? You do, so never mind. You don't need that either. I don't have a new follower for you either. All right, let's go over here to the east. In one more turn, we'll get Chotek. His initial holdings will be ours. That's pretty good. All right, rank 16 for Shield Captain Cotulo. We'll give him Scarred Veteran. There, we'll make him beefier in combat. Lord Croak is feeling fine. Lord Croak doesn't need much. Nakai the Wanderer is still going over to another location, and now we're ready to end our turn. Death magic, you say? More weapon strength? Do nothing. Conserve our magic. I use a lot of magic. I'm not here to get rid of it. Okay, Chodel. I've got to take you. Before we go anywhere, I've got to take you. And once I've taken you, which I just have, I'll give it over to Itzel. We're about to max out all of our benefits for all of the gods. I mean, I've got so much here for all of them. It's really nice. Tippin went up in power. Oh god, I pity all of you. Okay, for Tippin, again, we're out of spells. We're out of a lot of things, so we'll get Cleanse Corruption. There's not much left for him to learn. I think at this point, he should just choose to become a Skinkslan. A Sklan. Alright, so we're moving up now. You can see how much we own. A lot. We own so much land. It's wild. The Vampire Coast has got to go. We've conquered a little bit up north. That's all been one army. Savage Orcs, are they still alive? They shouldn't be. Okay, good. They should at least take the monument, and that little orc army should be dead soon. So, at the very least, they've been able to take care of their own threats. Okay. I'm actually making more money now, but that's how much I'm spending. I might have to get rid of a few things. Well, no, I should be fine. I'll just need to conquer forever. We've got 2 more turns to go. His very expensive army will need to be leveled up. Yeah, so we'll actually go down here again just to go get Geomantic Sustenance. I've got to. Got no choice but to do so. I mean, if anything, I could always replace him with another one who is at a higher level. Like over here, level 7. I like that. Yeah. Maybe I'll take one of you. You're strong. You are determined. We'll take this guy. Did you have to... I don't know. I don't know. But no, we have to get that money, man. We don't have a lot of money, so we need to get that money. All right. Ambushing is not going to be your thing. I am going to give you growth for fun. 1 into Untainted. And actually, you know what? Let's go back. I'm going to give it all into Untainted because I want you to get rid of any of that business. Then Spawn of Itza, Draft Master, and you are good. Okay. So he'll be ready in 2 more turns. We just want to make sure that we get that Geomantic Sustenance. I like to maintain my armies for the long term, and I can't do that if I'm, well, not maintaining for the long term. Let's go to Chotec. Looks to be important. Looks to be mine. There you go, Itzel. It's been interesting to see that we've been conquering separately. They've been conquering, I've been conquering. It's been a very weird war. All right. So you've already picked up most of what I want you to have. I do want to make you stronger in combat. You could provide more leadership for nearby units. Why don't we give you... Let's see. What do you have a lot of? You've got a lot of Saurus units. You've got some Bestial units. Croak went up in power. Oh, God. I pity all of you again. Okay, we'll pick up damage resistance. Active if casting. 9 seconds. I mean, hey, that's 9 seconds of reduced damage. I'll take it. We do use a lot of spells. A lot of spells. All right. So we're going to go take up more things for him to just fight with. So we'll give him Predatory Fighter. And next he's going to move down. He's going to move down to go over to Lax and to fight some of these undead minions. We can't permit the undead taint to remain here. That just feels wrong. All right, now what building can we get? That would be awesome. More magic, more experience, more campaign movement range. I already have that one, so we don't need that one. What about the ones over here? That reduces recruitment. A little bit late. A little bit late for any of these, honestly. I've already got my full army. Yeah, so I think we'll get the extra magic. Here we go. Altar of Enlightenment. Before the sacred altar, the skink priests use magic to interpret the sacred plaques and divine the way ahead, and Lustria may endure and prosper. All right. I think that's really all that we can do. Everyone's moved, right? Yeah. We've all moved. We've all done what we can. I've used up every single major buff I can from my vassal. We had a lot more favor before. Now we do not. But now we can see the entire continent. It's pretty wild whenever you use that one ability so that you know all of what is going on. Wolfric, okay, you're over here. Who's over here? Ulrich Haupt Anderson. All right. And why aren't you taking that location? I did not comprehend your behavior, but okay, whatever. For you, Block Mall, we can't go to Lax. We can go to that other Savage Orc settlement. It shan't be permitted. Thankfully, we can move very, very far, and we don't really take a lot of damage. No, we didn't take any damage. Now, what about my new army? My army that I've been wanting to use. I need some good names for them. Good names and backs. Oh, hello. I see things that are broken that I need to fix. So we have one more turn. One more turn, then we can finally move my army. We'll let them rebuild that one settlement. There's not too much down here. I'm sure Clan Wars is doing stuff somewhere over to the east. Oh, yeah. That's all them. The Fortress of Dawn is still alive. Well, good for them. So we shall rebuild that one settlement, the Mortuary. We'll move up north with my other army. We'll let them just continue to move up here and fight some vampires. Bill the Slimy is over here. We've got to clean up that slime. And we've got over here Hans Gans. That's it. I love that. Hello. I'm Hans Gans. Oh, boy. Here is Markus Wulfhart. He's got a pretty large army, many Imperial Knights, a lot of Luminarchs. And he has a reinforcing army too. I wonder, could we pull back and only fight one of them? I'm not too worried about, well, you know what? Forget it. Let's just go in and fight them. Nope, we're going. We're doing it. Markus Wulfhart really chose a poor location to fight us in. We're in Lustria. The jungles of Lustria are where we dwell and where we know the lands. Nakai the Wanderer, Tippin the Great, and Shield Captain Nocto, the triumvirate of destruction for all enemies of Lustria. They come barging on in. It's time for them now to finally expel Markus from the interior of Lustria. Sure, they might have a pocket of land up north with many temple cities under their control where Mazdamundi used to dwell, but it is indeed our turn to conquer and take over everything. It's been a long time coming. So let's have a look at the map. If we look over here, these fools are fighting in the trees. What a bad idea. It's not what you want to do. They have luminarchs, they have artillery, they have a lot. We'll be using our summoned Itzel beasts to distract all of their artillery. Look at how vast this army is. It's a large army. Is it well placed? Absolutely not. They're hitting the trees. There's Markus Wulfhart. Without me commanding him, though, he's not really worth much. There's one luminarch. Sure, they might get a hit. Sure, they might even clip a few units. But it's not likely that they'll be able to do too much. It's not likely at all. We have outriders that are moving back into the jungle. My units are moving in. So while that is happening, we can move back. On the right flank, I'm using my Carnosaurs to go after their knights. They have anti-large capabilities. 804 weapon strength for Shield Captain Nocto with all of his buffs. All of my Saurus units are now moving in. And this grand battle is happening. We're using our Croxagores to go after various portions of their line. We've got Saurus units that are keeping them busy in the jungle itself. The Luminarchs, well, they can be a pain to nail down. They're quite mobile, of course. I mean, that's a strength of theirs. And they are everywhere. Pretty soon, Tippin will be using magic everywhere, too. It's going to be an awesome, awesome sight. The Comet of Kostendora, whatever he's able to pull in, it will be used. But for now, there's a chain lightning he throws at them, hitting several of their units. The idea is just to frighten them and to destroy whatever we can. It's another Luminarch. They keep trying their errant shots, but they fall astray just like everything else. There's a wind blast going through another group. Here's Tippin, our beacon of light in the midst of all this darkness here. It's a lot of Luminarchs. And there's a Comet of Kostendora eradicating a large number of Imperials. That was a pocket. Is it confusing? Is it crazy? Is it a bit of a disarray to watch this battle unfold? Absolutely. That's how it felt to fight it. You could see how many individual fights were going on. How many people were trying to get through. There's a Dread Saurian lumbering through, killing some knights. We have most of them nailed down. We're attempting to stop all of their Luminarchs too. So let's zoom out and get some better perspective. Over in the jungle, there's just its own ordeal going on. On the right flank, my Croxagores and my Carnosaurs are moving in. We have some of them going after Luminarchs. We have, of course, Nakai, who's going after dear Markus Wulfhart. It's a great thing to watch. These two finally get to fight. Oh. You just moved him. You just relocated him on purpose. I see. And you can see that Markus Wulfhart stands no chance. Nakai said, "No, you're going down, old man." And he stands back up. We haven't gotten to watch these two fight, so it's very much a need. Now he's running. There's a Storm of Sri Lanka that just burst through a lot of enemy units. Nakai is chasing him. There's fear in the heart of Markus Wulfhart. Markus Cadhart. He's been clubbed down. He won't be getting back up. Now, if we look at it, there are a variety of units in here that are still remaining. Most of them are broken, though. We fought what little line infantry they had. Now we're just chasing after those who remain. That's really the goal, is to break any Luminarchs we can. It's also to get Nakai to break down another leader of theirs, Hertwig Van Hal, until we chase him and many others. Crazy when you just kind of take off that canopy. Anyway. So the battle's over now. We've won. How did we win? We used the jungle. If that was a field battle, my God, my losses would have been really extreme, but they weren't. And so now we move on. Nakai hunts down Hertwig Van Hal. All right, let's get out of here. Is he going to make it, though? Panting, running, fleeing the fight. It's a lost cause, Van Hal. What are you going to do? That might be an issue. A good punch from behind. Feral Cold One coming in. It's nearly done for him. Here comes Nakai. Is he down for the count? Not quite. He's a tough old biddy. There's also a Tread Saurian here too. I think that did him in. I think we're good now. One heroic victory. Let's have a look now. Over 1,600 lost for them. 160 lost for me. I got so many large units. I mean, of course, I'm not going to lose nearly as many in number, but my God, we destroyed them. Fighting in the woods was a bad idea, Markus Wulfhart. If he was fighting me in some open field, those Luminarchs would have been an issue, but no, he fought me in the woods. Everything he had was ineffectual in the woods. Goodbye. We get to kill and eat. Hunt it down. We did it. So 10% missile resistance, plus 5% missile damage for me. This time the hunter became the hunted, losing out to an opponent altogether more dogged, dangerous, and downright lethal than himself. That's going to feel bad. Everyone's got to start hearing about that. And we're finally starting to really nail down the last few locations that they have in the middle of Lustria. That's what I've been trying to get rid of. Okay, one of the Warmbloods has been observed, revivifying the wounded of his invading kin, reversing much of our cohort's hard work on the battlefield and faltering our progress in eradicating them. His elimination will be hugely favorable. Yeah, we did it. Alright, do I have Celestial? I do. Oh my God, and I'm losing 3,000 per turn? That's quite a bit. Let's get over here now. I've got to get a move on. I'm not making a lot for my vassals. I'm only making, what, over 5,000? Yeah, not nearly enough. So I've already beaten your armies. You guys are looking pretty bad today. Goodbye. You can take the money. No, we're gonna kill and eat. I made the money I needed to pay for my bills. And now we can head over here to Huolodl. So that should at least break their offensive within our lands. We finally put them out. They can go back home up north, and we can finish off what's down here so that we can finally destroy all of his people. Now for you at Ring 34, Nocto, we shall give you, let's see, leadership is really the only option that I have for you, so we'll take that. Not that you need it, not that you'll ever break. It's insane how powerful this campaign has felt. Like, if you just want some power tripping campaign, this was totally it. It's been a wild ride seeing how strong we are. All the spells, all the melee, they can't keep up with it. My Marcus campaign, I've lost a lot more men. This campaign, I'm like, ha ha, weak men. I don't know. All right, block them all. Let's get you up north now. I think they finally beat back that rebel army. They did, so we'll go up north and take that. That's good money. Very good money. Well, Nakai, let's take it over. Huolodl. It feels like a good preparation for the further invasion up north, where we'll be fighting a concentration of human armies. A new administrator, a man spawn sacrifice. We've got many of those. I like to think we just kind of keep them alive. We carry them around, throw them at a god's pit, then we call it a day. So now we just need to head up here. Now, I've always got to rush to a new location because I've got a finite amount of funds and I've got to always make more money. So we'll rush right up here to Quatox. After we take Quatox, we can move up north to go take over that land belonging to the Blue Vipers, because it looks like I can't get them to take their own lands. So they'll need to go... Oh, just do what you want then. I don't know what you want to do, but just go do something else. You could go after that orc army. I don't know if they can recruit more. Well, if they can, and go get them. They do have global recruitment. I don't know how their, like, you know, stats work whenever it's played by the AI. If that was me, I would be dead. All right, a very easy location to take. We'll give it over to Sri Lanka. We have all of our benefits now. We're very strong. We just need to take out cholera. Rank 15 for Lord Croak, irrepressible. Wound recovery time goes down by -5. He's like the closest thing to a god that I think we have in this game. It's pretty nuts, man. I feel like Mazda Mundi should be buffed up to kind of like match it a little bit more. Not quite that, but he should certainly be closer to it. Okay, award save for all units, plus 5% for all of them. That's awesome. Hey, how about 5% of that damage? Okay, now we've got to go fight undead. The undead war should be fairly violent and awful. They've got quite a few large armies. That's where the challenge will lie. All right, now it's time for you to come over here. You've got to come take out, what, a Skaven army? Helkeek? Oh yeah, look at you, Clan Spittle. Well, we should probably fight it out because they've got a lot of elites. A lot of elites, wow. And I haven't tried out my army yet, so they're untested. I had to really up my gamma and brightness for any of us to be able to see this battle. It was almost pitch black. It was pretty wild. You can see where they've put random beams of light. Oh yeah. Well, there should actually be more due to that large hole, but no, there really wasn't. I just had to really push things up. So let's go over my tactics right now. We have salamanders that will be shooting at them as they move through the water. That will slow them down. We have all of our units on the front lines. I've got a few reserve infantry units behind them in case I need to move them. We've got our Bastiladons with solar engines who will be shooting out towards storm vermin. My Kroxigors are over here on the left, but that could always move and change later. My ancient salamander will be going up to shoot out a few shots. They have one group that's coming after my salamanders. I always forget about that. And now we have, again, more attacks happening. We summoned up a group of our own ferals up behind them to distract a few of their ranged units and a few of their other units. I've killed a few rats in my day. Here they come now. Now, we do have beast magic, so we'll be utilizing it as much as we can, though there is warp lightning, erasing some of our units. Here comes more of the Skaven, and our own ancient will be destroying their leader quickly. He will not be there for long. You can see all of our different units all together over here. They're summoning in more units too to come bother us. Trying to go after my ancient salamander, who's saying, no, you know what? I'm relocating. You can't stop me. And that's true. They cannot stop him. My Bastiladons continue to wreak havoc, and we have more damage to really push onto them as we use another spell. Storm of Sri Lanka. Killing a lot of Skaven. And while we do that, we'll be moving our salamanders later to help out. Now they're here, they're hitting. I just didn't want any friendly fire, so now they're all going to move. The entire pack, they'll be moving. Let's have a good look at what's happening right now. You can look at the minimap too to see where all of my little icons are at. There's a pocket over here where everyone's fighting a lot of storm vermin. We're looking outwards where I've summoned in some manticores. I've got so much magic I can do that, and that's distracting a large portion of your army, allowing me to fight what I want to down here. My Kroxigors are moving in. My salamanders are moving in from behind to fight this large pocket of 3 groups, and later we'll be hitting more of them. And over here, we're still buffing up a group of my units, my Temple Guard, giving them Wison's Wild Form, more armor, and 25% more weapon strength. So it's a great way to kind of keep a unit up, and that's what I've been doing the entire time while we've been using these solar engines, which I actually like quite a bit. Having a mobile artillery battery like that's quite nice. Here's another Manticore. That's Manticore number 2. And here comes another Warp Lightning hitting more of my units. But now we have our hunting packs behind them. Our salamanders are about to unleash magical hell. They're getting into position. I just had to line them up perfectly. Then some magic happened. That's a lot of fireworks for everyone. What an awesome win. A lot of these enemies are now running away. Here comes another Storm of Sri Lanka. Elsewhere, we have our fights happening. Our Bastillodon's hitting. Our Ancient Salamander attacking Storm Vermin. That Storm is now back. What was left of their Skaven? Well, that's gone. We made a nice pathway. And if you look at it right now, my Salamanders were able to completely decimate what was left of their Skaven in those groups. We're looking at what? 57 kills for one group, 55. We're looking at another 30-ish. 59. I mean, they all got a lot of kills, and now the battle's over, so now we just get to chase after a few of them. If we want to. Sure, why not? These rats, they have been expunged. The cleansing is complete. I had to turn down the brightness in gamma for when I had to turn it up during that battle. That battle was incredibly dark, but it was a lot of fun. This army that I have here is actually incredibly cool. It worked out so very well. They couldn't really do too much to us. I'm going to give you a earthing to lessen your miscast chance. And for you, Skink Chief, you'll get piercing shots in case you ever need that. And now we can move him out to the northeast. We can allow him to go after other undead locations. It's usually like these minor factions that end up having crazy armies. It looks like the AI is given more veterancy. I've noticed that. I don't know if I'm right about that, but I feel like anecdotally, I'm seeing a lot more of that, where these guys are just a lot stronger just due to having more veterans. And between that and like having the empowered lords through the mod that I have, I think it's a good idea because we need some tool to really help out the AI. Now that could be tedious early game, but I think there's like a certain point where they need it. Like maybe like 50 plus turns in, 60, 80, around that vein is where things begin to really pick up for the player in my view. Not always true. It depends on the campaign. But man, we've got a lot to conquer up here, don't we? We've got a lot of humans to kill. How far? So we need to push up to the Fallen Gates. Once we do that, I'll feel like I'm very complete when it comes to fighting the humans. And we're still destroying what's left in Lustria too. We still have to go to Quetzal. Let's see. Where is our dear Nakai? Nakai's over here resting up. All right, so we're going to call it here for right now. Do leave a like down below and let me know what you think about this episode and let me know where you think I should go and how I should do it. But let's go ahead and look at ownership. I only need to conquer 2 more locations belonging to the humans. Then we can finish off the undead and whatever else is left, like the blue vipers. Then what we can do, we can unite and push into this massive amount of land. I mean, I don't mean in terms of just like sheer size, but this area is where in my Markus campaign, once I conquered it, I had so much money because there's so many towns in one concentrated place. It is lucrative. You can make so much money from it. So we'll conquer as far as we can to get up here. I do like that. I work in any climate. That's really funny. Averlorn actually has some power. The Dark Elves own Albion. Oh, really? Okay. Huh. But we know our job now. Then we can fight the final battle whenever it's time. We still can't do that, though. We still need to go after that Lady Cholera. All right. I have all of the lands I need, and I just need to beat the expedition. That's my goal. They're over at Skeggy, and they've got to die.